Hello everybody and welcome to my Sketchup videos. Today I want to show you another Sketchup model done by me in Sketchup. Alright, here we go. Today this model is a tall high-rise project building. As you can see, it's shaped like a cross and it's almost symmetrical. As you can see, it's pretty generic. As you can brick, a lot of windows. Here's your front door. Sort of that urban-y kind of feeling. As you can see, chain link up on top. Just vents, elevator shafts, stair shafts, etc. Today, the reason why I show you this model is because there is a real building just like this. So this model was actually modeled after a real building. It's called the Brewster Projects. Brewster, B-R-E-W-E-S-T-E-R, I believe. I'll have it in the description. And then projects. Brewster Wheeler housing projects, and it's in Detroit, Michigan. So you type that in and it'll give you 100 pictures of that. That's what I did here. There's a friend of mine lives in Detroit, and word has it that the city's very anxious to get these things torn down. So I mean, I thought the design was interesting. It may not have been the best, but interesting, so I decided to go ahead and model it. They modeled it to almost a scale and way that the best way I possibly could. Not only that, getting from all of the videos on YouTube and all the pictures I could scrounge up online, Flickr.com was also a very good resource for me. And finding pictures not only of the outside but also the inside, in which I'm going to show you here in just a second. So I go to the layers tool, just take the roof off, and there you go. So what we see inside are 8 apartments on each floor. Sorry, I can't keep it. My mouse is doing stupid things. It keeps moving things around. Off topic. Alright. As you can see, 8 apartments on each floor. So this is a typical floor: apartment, 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 and so on. And then here's that U-shaped hallway, stair shaft. And as you can see, you can just keep going downward if you like. Sorry about that. And as you can see, elevator shaft. Yeah, it's a tall building, so you'll see a lot of elevator doors, cables, steel runners, structures, etc. And as you can see, it's just a hallway on the inside. Nothing that interesting. See those 8 apartments, and there's your trash room, there's your mail chute. A lot of this stuff I took whatever I could get off the videos and the photos, so some of it is judgment. But I will show you a trick here in just a little bit of how I actually got the whole building accurately sized, or at least somewhat accurate. So you come into this apartment here, front door, you're faced with the closet. Nice big closet. Kitchen. One thing to note about the kitchen before I go any further is that this is how I pictured it, because based on connections in the walls and such, because every picture I see or video I watched showed this area all smashed up, everything, all things of value gone, the refrigerator. But however, because you could tell in some of the areas where some of the cabinets were still intact, you could tell that this was where the refrigerator was, because you'd also see a connection in where the back of the refrigerator would be. So That's obvious. That's definite. Um, the range cooktop. It is somewhere in the middle, just because I would see where people would strip out the wiring and stuff, where this would go, like scrappers and stuff. So you'd see like a big hole in the wall here. That's where the stove used to be. And there's no telling what the sink was and where it was, so I just kind of put it there. But so yeah, this is actually the grain of wood that was in the actual cabinets of the Brewster projects. And another nice feature was, behind a metal door, you come into a pantry, walk-in pantry. I mean, if you think about it, you can still put like things like vacuum cleaner and stuff, other things in here, the things that are of value. And here, of course, is the big room, living room. This is where you would overlook the neighborhood. This place is just outside of the Brush Park neighborhood. Here on the other side of the building, though, you'd be seeing downtown. Well, of Detroit. Downtown Detroit. So yeah, in here, this is where your living room is. And all the pictures, it just shows a lot of smashed apartments. Furniture that's been shredded and pushed around. It's like a hurricane came through this building, to be honest with you. Yeah, just simply Google in some of these things. You'll see how horrible these things look now. You can see why they're knocking them down. Here it's probably where I put my breakfast table. And then, as you can see in here, 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. This is how I interpreted the bathroom, just because, based on what I could get off the internet. Like when one guy was walking through here with his camera, when he showed through the open door, when he came through straight, it immediately showed through a mirror, so this was obviously where the sink was. Now, just because of the size of the bathroom, I couldn't really very well put a bathtub here and a toilet here. I probably could have, but most of the times back in the day, I mean, this building was completed in 1952, and this is a typical bathroom style where, you see, so that's kind of how it is right now, right here. And you go into these dreadfully small bedrooms. Everything was tile, as far as I know. And you can also see parts of the structure of the building through everything. So that compromises some closet space here. If I probably would have taken a room off to here anyway if I lived in one of these apartments. I don't think I probably would have, just because, I mean, number one, it was just not in the best area, and number two, it was housing specifically done for like African Americans. It was the first American subsidized housing for African Americans. So, and no, I haven't read any documents of any white men living there. Yeah, but I mean, I would literally Google this for yourself. I'm telling you actual history here. And from what I've read, that this place used to be a very friendly place. Dina Ross, the Supremes, and other famous singers, actors, whatever, people here from the Motor City stayed in these areas when they were kids. So yeah. But nowadays, it's just a wreck. All the windows are gone. And the city wants to knock them down. Which I can understand. So you can see more structure. Oh, one other thing I want to show you. Alright, notice these things here, these cuts in the walls? Those are just beams that go through. Like here. I did my best to actually recreate the environment. Ah, darn it. Sorry, these spaces are really small, so bear with me. So So you can see this little bring down in the kitchen here. Come in here to find, I mean, you're seeing the structure straight through the building. I mean, literally. I probably wouldn't have liked that. I would have liked to have hidden the structure, but I guess a way to keep it cheap, because apparently, I mean, it was for the poor people, I mean, projects. From what I read from several documents and what I watched, that you couldn't be making over a certain amount of money to live in these areas, and you had to verify it through pay stubs. To the rental office downstairs, something like that. But anyway, that's how that is. And I modeled it. I did just the best I could to model it, almost exactly as I did it. I actually know. I know that there's had to be at least one elevator. Darn it! It happens all the time. There's to be at least one elevator. I mean, imagine something like, you know what? Enough with that. Something like, imagine having to carry stuff 15 stories up. You just move in. Yeah, I don't think so. I really don't. Or just walking up all those stairs. I mean, come on, man. Come on. And, of course, I didn't actually model the interior of up here. Not much to see. It's just basically where all of the electricals are. Elevator houses. Top of the stairwell. Now down here is kind of interesting because, as you can see, the bottom floor looks a little sunk, because it actually is, like 2 feet. The vestibule, the moment you go inside, you go down a few steps. Now it was hard to tell in the photos and the videos, is because whenever those were taken, all these. It's hard to tell like what windows, or if these were actually windows or just openness, because everything was all broken out. There were no windows, no nothing, even in the building, no doors. So it was actually really hard to tell. So this was by interpretation as well. However, the shape, now there were diagonal walls, so then the steps were in between these 2 diagonal walls. You go down a little bit, and inside there'll be like your rental office, probably your boiler, a few other spaces inside. I only saw like a few shots of it in terms of pictures in one video, so I'm still kind of ignorant on what the plan is down there. So that's why I actually kept it blank. If you see it in here, it's pitch black. And there was a back door in back. And one other thing that I actually was very sure of, that the stairs were on the interior, were actually up against these apartments here in front. Because I could tell from the video how he walked direct, kind of like in a little bit of a pattern here. And up here, and how the video turned out to be in here through here. And also, it makes sense, too, because this little place here, the door here, so that makes lots of sense. And that was also shown in one of the videos, so I took that. Now, how I made this building was actually, I went to Google Earth, as what you're going to see here in just a second. Here's my Google Earth. Type in Detroit. Should be your very first choice, and click the search button, and away we go, off to the Detroit, the Motor City. Alright, so it takes you to Detroit. Now here's the downtown district, Comerica Park, Ford Field, and you see the sign, watch my cursor, you see where it says Brush Park right here? Okay, so then just above Comerica, this baseball park, you come up here, you see where it says Brush Park. This area right here, this is the Brewster area development. As you can see, it doesn't even look that great from aerial view. And I'll show you. As you can see, these are the buildings I modeled. There used to be 6 of them. There are only 4. 2 of them have been demolished already. As you can see, everything's abandoned here, overgrown, no windows, man. But I'll show you. See this little measuring stick up here? It's at the top handbar. See, I said in feet. I just did a rough estimate. Click on one edge to one edge. You see, it says it's close to 40 feet. So, as you can see, 39.66. So, my first move here was from here to here. Look at the lower right of the screen. 40 feet. And then I just did that and then extruded it. Also, I counted the bricks because bricks are a certain height as well as a certain thickness and a certain length. So, counted the brick of each window and then counted the bricks in between each window. And that helped me determine the height of the building. Kind of cool, huh? It's tedious and a lot of work, but in the end it pays off. So yeah. Oh yeah, I want to see one other thing. So we clear that. And click 3D buildings. Now, I didn't create my version for Google Earth, but other people have, so this is what you're seeing here. Now, when I said 4 buildings, only 3 pop up because only three uploads have been made here. As you can see. Probably by 3 different people, too. Someone didn't upload that building. And this is where a building used to be here. And this is where a building used to be here. So as you can see, it's kind of a circle. So yeah. I guess it was intended when it was made to be a nice place to live, but I don't know. I mean, it looked like it would have been nice. I would have been happy in one of those apartments. I mean, well, I'm just a bachelor, but let alone, I don't know how comfortable a family would be living in here, but whole families were living in here, though. That's the thing. In an 8 by 10 room, or 8 by 9.5. It's a little small, I would say. Well, everybody, I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something from it. I hope you hope we found the content interesting. If you did, please rate, comment, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. There'll be a lot more to come, definitely. Alright, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Bye, and have a great day.